Hello there. Are you a brand new caregiver? Perhaps something has happened in your family. Maybe there was a diagnosis given, and you have found yourself in the role of caregiver, a place that you couldn't have ever imagined because, like most of us, we're going on with our lives, and then it's like something happens, and all of a sudden, our lives look new. Well, I'll tell you this video has been made specifically for you. It's one that I myself would have loved to have found when I found myself the primary caregiver to my uncle, who was aged, a World War II veteran, diagnosed with multiple illnesses. And I had no clue that I was really in over my head. However, I knew I was supposed to say yes. You know what that looks like sometimes? You know you're supposed to be doing this, but this is so much bigger than you. And I will tell you this, before I realized the answers for it, I was literally gotten to a place where I was barely surviving. And I have actually included the link to that video where I talk about that a little bit. But what I want to say to you today is you can make it. You're gonna make it. And I have decided to share with you the very 3 things that when I cried out to God, because I was desperate, I was like, I don't want to end up sick. I don't want to end up losing my life and leaving them here. What do I need to do? And so the very first thing as a Christian is that I knew I literally needed to get up and exercise. You say, what? Yeah, I had a bike I'd actually been trying to give away, and it was literally one of the things that, God said was get up and exercise. And so I began to cycle for 30 minutes at a time. And anyway, the very 3 things that God specifically told me to do was to make time for Him. And when I say make time, I'm talking about making time for the Lord while everyone else is still asleep, because when they get up, it may not look like the same narrative every day. And it's really important that we're ready for the day, whatever the day may bring. You know what I mean? And so in making time for the Lord, that was one. The very second tip was to make time for others. Perhaps you might be one of those who say, well, I really don't have time because I'm busy caring for him or her or them, as it was in my case at one time, 2 people over 4 years. Amazing, only God. But anyway, let me tell you something. You need to make time for other people. It's good for us. We were created for a community. We weren't created to be an island. I mean, it might just be something as simple as having a conversation because you need to laugh. Laughter does better than medicine. Maybe you need to grab a coffee, or in my case, tea. Have a meal or watch a movie, something that's going to bring life and encouragement to you. But making time for others is very important. And the very third point is to make time for self. Can I tell you something? If you need a nap, take one. It's okay. You nor I are the Energizer Bunny. I mean, hey, he doesn't even exist. It's a commercial to sell batteries. And, when we give ourselves permission to make sure that we are taking care of ourselves, because we're made of a spirit, a soul, which is our mind, our will, and our emotions, and our physical bodies, we are going to not only survive, but we'll begin to thrive in this season of caregiving, and therefore we will thrive beyond it. And that's what we want. We want things to go well for us, not just here, but after. And so, I said that to say you can make it. You're going to make it. You may not have had time to get into a class, but wherever you're living, I want to invite you to join me on this journey as a caregiver. because I am still caring for one in the home, and I am supporting one who is now transitioned into long-term care. You are welcomed. I am here monthly with a new video just for you. Whether you are new to caregiving or you've been a caregiver for years, there's going to be something that will be said, and it's literally what I pray and believe God for, that He would make me a blessing, because as I became a caregiver primarily for the one and then the two, I saw that there was a need for support for us. Because, you know, when I reached out looking for support, when I'd be standing in the hallway of an emergency before dawn, waiting to see when the doctor is going to come, because we've been there for hours and we want to know what those results are. I would Google sometimes just to see what was out there for us, and I would find, you know, a daycare if we needed to take our loved one somewhere for a few hours, or just to have some interaction and community. Or there may be respite, you know, available if we need them to be, you know, taken care of for some days at a time, or even to have a sitter. There's caregiver services. But what about us? And this is what this video, this is what this channel is all about. It's about ministry for other caregivers. And I'm telling you, you have got to remember you, and in the most healthiest and the most wholesome way. And I speak to you from faith because I'm a Christian, although I know this channel is wide open for those who are not, because God's love is great and it's for all of us. And so I just want to say thank you so much for watching. If you have not already subscribed to this channel, please do so. There's going to be something sad. It's just like a table spread. There'll be something for you. And I want to thank you for watching, and I hope you have an absolutely amazing, fantastic day. See you next video.